All right, welcome back to another episode of the Extreme Lifestyle Living Podcast. Now, today's topic, it's really personal to one of my clients, and I'm going to shout him out, Selassie, my guy from Norway. And I always say my guy from Norway because most of my people are in North America, Canada, in the States and things like that. So I love that I got my guy, Selassie, in there. Backstory on Selassie is we actually met when he was doing his studies in Canada. And he's actually a really big supporter of mine, always has. So being able to work with him as a client for certain things in life. Fitness, mindset, nutrition is absolutely a blessing, and he knows that, so I feel like he deserves a shout out because this entire episode is based on a conversation we've been having recently. And I know a lot of you guys that I work with, I communicate with online and Instagram, and just people that we all support each other with can relate to this topic. And the topic of this episode is you owe it to yourself to put yourself first. And before I even get into it, because I'm going to be super opinionated, I'm going to be pretty aggressive in terms of how I believe you should do this, and just give you my ideology as to how you should put yourself first in every area of life. But I'm saying it's subjective to your opinion. How hard you are on yourself, the people around you, and how you protect your energy and how you give your energy out is entirely subjective to your opinion. And what I mean by it's subjective to your opinion is it's on you to decide who gets what access to and when and why. And I say it that way because, I'll bring up family. I'll bring out like good close friends. I'll bring out partners, relationships, and everything in between. And I am on the far end of the scale, being super aggressive, where I protect my energy. I don't hang with a lot of people. I don't give a lot of people my energy that don't deserve it. And I don't give a fuck who you are in terms of relationship to me. If you're family, I treat you the same. If you're close friends, I treat you the same. And I say that because I owe it to myself to protect my energy, my time, to get what I want out of life. So there's a sliding scale as to how aggressive you need to be with certain people in your life, but you owe it to yourself to protect your energy, to protect your time, protect your goals, to protect your standards, and to protect your boundaries. No one is ever going to do it for you. If you want to get in the best shape of your fucking life, no one's going to go to the gym for you. No one's going to meal prep for you. No one's going to track your calories for you. If you want to make more motherfucking money, no one's going to go to get a job and give you the paychecks. No one's going to give you the education, the studies, the time, the certificates, the mentorship, whatever it is to get to the next level. You have to fucking do it. And if you feel like you lack confidence, fulfillment, joy, happiness in your life, that is on you to protect that and figure it the fuck out. Nobody is going to give it to you. Are there people in your lives that can support these goals, support these versions of you to help you feel more aligned and uplifted? 1000%, which is why we're talking about protecting your energy and making sure the people that you give your energy to are making sure that they're taking care of you as well. And of course, again, like I said, it's subjective to your opinion. I had someone say to me one day that there's like a string of friends. There's string 1, string 2, string 3. It's almost like related to sports. You have your first string, you have your second string, you have your third string. And he was like, you can have a bunch of different people in your life for many different reasons, but have them in your life for different reasons and have certain people at arm's length and all these different things. And I immediately didn't fucking agree. I feel like if I have you in my life, you have me in your life, it's all or nothing. And I know that may sound a little bit aggressive, but again, I'm an aggressive person towards my goals. I'm the one that's always trying to focus on the next thing. I'm always talking about financial freedom, retirement. I'm talking about putting people on to lives that they can't even comprehend. So if I'm leading from the front, I'm usually more ambitious. I'm usually more goal oriented. I'm usually more like dedicated and committed and have more work ethic. Then I can't really care about what other people say. So just because someone may benefit me in some small manner, let's say, again, this is again my opinion, people that work out together all the time. I don't need someone to work out with me unless you're going to work out with me because you're trying to do something very specific. And that's where I shout Logan out. Logan's doing High Rocks. Everyone on this, listens to the podcast and knows me personally. He's my best friend. He's my brother. He's going hard in the gym. I love that energy. So if I can put my gym time and his gym time, and same with Emma and a couple people else, like Carly too, like you guys are all going hard. Same with Rowan, the guy that's coaching me. Like I will put myself in a position to train with people or around people that are going fucking hard for themselves. Because if they're being better and I'm being better, then we're both fucking better. But people that just want to hang out and just train, like, oh, let's get a workout in. Like, why? Like, what is the benefit of that? And I know that may sound a little bit rude, but it's no different than how I feel about the family stuff too. When like everyone dedicates so much time and effort to their family for dinners and like these events and birthdays and whatever it may be. And it's like, yeah, sure, like to a degree, you want to spend time with your family. But I make this joke every Christmas. Like every Christmas, we got to go to like 15 dinners. And 13 of those 15 dinners are with friends and acquaintances and associates that you really don't talk to any other time outside of the year. And again, this is my opinion, but if I'm not talking to you on a monthly basis, a weekly basis, why am I taking one time out of the year to hang with you? And the same thing with the workouts. Like if we don't support each other, we don't hang out with each other, like we just have some similarities because we both are dedicated to the gym and stuff like that. Like I don't have time to just entertain conversations through a workout. I'm in the gym dedicated for my sets, my reps, and my goals and my outputs, right? So you got to be just as locked in with that. And that may sound like a little bit of a dick, but again, it's on me to protect my energy. Even with things that I'm doing outside with the podcast and networking with people, it's like at the end of the day, like I know what I bring to the table. And I'm going to make sure that if someone's going to sit at that table with me, whether it's working out, whether it's going to grab a coffee, whether it's literally having a conversation through text, like you have to be at the table with me. I'm not like, because again, this may sound a little bit cocky or arrogant. A lot of you guys aren't going to take it this way because you know who I am as a person. But if I'm always like, most people that want to hang out just want advice: how to start a coaching business, how to get in better shape, how to track the nutrition better, how do I start my podcast, all these different things. And yeah, I like being a leader and like inspiring and giving all these people this information and access to these things. But what does it do for me? Like I don't really get much in return of that. And that may sound like, you know, in terms of arrogancy, that may sound a little bit cocky, maybe a little bit negative. But the turning point to that and the perspective shift I want with that is like, I got here from protecting my energy. I got here by investing into myself, investing time, countless hours, countless mornings, countless nights, going to the gym, learning nutrition, learning workout protocols, learning how to do this podcast and get it set up, learning how to start an online coaching business, learning how to get the business infrastructure and stuff set up. Like, if you're not at least doing half of that yourself, then why am I talking to you about it? Do you know what I mean? So it's like no one was with me and no one was around when I was doing all those things. And some of these people now that have the nerve to ask to reach out, and most of the time were around when I was doing all these different things. So it's like, it's one of those things where it's like you gotta really put yourself on this pedestal to protect your energy, because no one's gonna come and give you the life that you want. And the crazy thing is, there's always that quote where it's like 10 people around you that truly love you and support you and have been around your life the whole time. When you start your new lifestyle, whether it's through fitness, whether it's through finances, whether it's through boundaries or whatever it is, a personal journey, who gives a fuck? When you start to elevate, grow, and change, it's always people that you end up finding along that journey that support you more than the people that you grew up with. And this is where I want to shout out Tanner. Like, I know he doesn't really listen to episodes, but we talk all the time. He's an online coach as well. He moved to Mexico with us and stayed with us for 5 weeks in Mexico. And it's the same thing with him. Like, I found him by me showing up and putting my reps in and trying to elevate my life. And then I met him at a point where he was elevating his life. So we're doing the same things on paper. We both have online communities. We both have podcasts. We both have online coaching businesses. So like for me and him to put our energy together, it's worth each other's time, because we're leading from the front. We're setting the fucking standards. And I know this may sound super arrogant, but to bring it back to the baseline of you owe it to yourself to give yourself this time and energy to protect your peace. Whoever is taking away from you, if you don't feel like you have enough time for your own mental health, you don't feel like you have enough time for your own fitness, your own finances, your own career, your own development, anything and anyone that is taking away from that, it's on you to look at that individual or that position or that person or that situation, whatever it is, whether it's like something you just got to cut out in your life. And it's on you to embrace that and say, this is what I deserve. I deserve more time. You know, for me personally, like, I don't have a lot of time for people. I just don't, because I have goals. I'm 31, turning 30. Am I 31? I think I'm 31. 30, I don't know, after 30 I stopped fucking counting, to be honest. But like, I'm the one that's trying to get set up for my success between when I'm 35, when I'm 40, when I'm 45, when I'm 50, 55. And if I'm giving any ounce of my energy or any ounce of my time to anybody that isn't doing the same thing, I'm retracting time from myself. And again, I'm very aggressive with this stuff. Like, I don't miss the gym. I don't miss my macros. I don't spend time with people that aren't on the same shit as me in terms of the gym and macros. So I don't go and get food with people, because I'm not going to eat shit with people that just eat shit all the time. I don't go and drink with people that drink all the time. Like, you know what I mean? I don't do these things. I don't even hang with anybody at all that isn't in a position that's working on themselves on a high fucking fashion. Because I don't respect the people that aren't. We have one life this entire time, you know, and if we're blessed to make it to 100 years old, I'm not looking back with regret, because I wanted to feel some sense of false validation through people that was just wanted my energy, so I felt good about it. I got to protect my energy. And what I mean by that is, listen, if you are not committed to your fitness and you do not like who you look in the mirror, whoever's in between that, that is on you to cut all that shit out and put yourself first. Now, if it's your family that's in front of you, if it's your work schedule in front of you, if it's yourself in front of you because you're just not committing because you're carrying what everyone else's opinions, then you have to decide that those people's opinions you value over your own. So you have to value your own opinions. Like, I literally lost so many friends because I just valued my opinion over theirs. I wasn't better. They weren't less. I wasn't better. Like, no one was better then. It was just indifference of lifestyles and ambitions and expectations for life. I'm a very ambitious person. Like, I'm talking about trying to make $50,000 a month, retire myself, make millions of dollars. And it's not about the money. It's about the impact. Like, I'm trying to impact my nieces. I'm trying to impact my brother. I'm trying to help my mom. I'm trying to make sure that my kids are set up for success forever. Do you know what I'm saying? And I'm also chasing an incredible amount of fulfillment and joy and peace and love every single fucking day. So I don't have time for anything outside of that. And I protect my boundaries accordingly. I do not spend time with anyone or anything that takes me out of that position. And that's me being aggressive. So if you look at it 100%, I have a 0% threshold for wasting my time. And the people that are really close around me, God fucking love you guys, because you know when I get stressed out and feel like I'm wasting my time, every single time we fucking bring it up. And I'm super aggressive. I'm super straightforward. I'm not disrespectful. Maybe a little bit with the verbiage that I use, but I say what I got to say because, again, I've got to take care of myself. And it's not from the position that I'm better and my time is worth more. It's just I got to respect my boundaries. And if you respect me, you'll respect them as well. So if you have anybody, like I'm talking about, I don't care if you've been in a 20-year relationship, you're married, you have a house, and you have kids. If you can't be the best version of yourself, it is on you to retract yourself from these people, these situations, to put yourself first. And if it's meant to be, when you rise up and elevate yourself, anyone or anything that is worth it is still going to be around because they trust and care about who you are as a person. And same with family. Like a lot of family, like my prime example, my mom. Love her to death. We have a great relationship. Like, and a lot of you guys know the context of how we grew up, and like, you know, we talk and chat, but I don't see her nearly as much as I should. But again, it's because I'm so elevated on my goals and committed to my goals, and I'm really working on a healthy relationship because I can't provide for her how I want to provide, and she doesn't really provide for herself the way that she should provide. So again, it's a give or take. Do you know what I mean? I'm giving that example because a lot of you guys have family members that don't see the bigger picture as to what you're chasing. And it is a hard balance to give them time, give them energy, give them love without the feeling of taking away from yourself. So it's a very fine line when it comes to family and like really close relationships, but still you gotta be aggressive and put yourself first, because the biggest thing that I realized building this life up is at the beginning, everyone asks why you're doing it. Why are you going to the gym so much? Why are you tracking your fitness so much? Why are you investing in mentorship programs? Why are you changing your career? Why are you even taking risks and gambles to put your life in this position? But I can promise you, the second you start seeing success, the second you start getting validated and other people around you take notice of that, the question then becomes, how did you do it? And that's what I mean. When people start asking you how you did it, which is why I made that example of when people want to go for coffees and, you know, chat about all these different things or go for workouts, like it's about how I did it. And I don't have time for that. Like, I've been showcasing how I do it, and anyone knows me, I got a good fucking soul. I'll sit down and talk to anyone that I feel is deserving of it. Which again does sound arrogant. I get arrogant again, but again, if you are the one leading from the front, tracking your nutrition, putting in the work, working on your mindset, being the leader of the pack, then why do I have to? I don't have time to take a step back and look at the horizon in that regard. Do you know what I mean? So especially with your family, like, and people that are super close to you, like, it's incredibly hard to create that separation. But the question just becomes: do you value them and their time over yours, or do you value your time over theirs? Because again, like my family, for example, they know I'm super ambitious. Does it hurt them when I don't see them as much, especially my nieces and stuff? 100% hurts me as well. I'm literally going to therapy to make sure I'm balancing that appropriately. But that's because I'm very aggressive with these things, and this is just my opinion. But again, for you, if you feel like you're being taken away from certain things, anything in terms of your goals, your aspirations, your ambitions in life that you want to get, you have to put yourself fucking first, because no one's gonna come do it for you. And it really comes down to anyone that respects you for you and what you're doing, they will give you that energy back. They will support you. They will understand you. It's like the classic conversation where it's like, who do you entertain in the run of a day when you guys talk about stuff, but are you guys actually hearing each other? Do you know what I mean? You're talking, but are you speaking? You know, you're listening, but are you hearing? There's those subtle differences, right? Because, you know, the people that actually support you and want to help you and get you to the next level, the way you understand this is you start listening to the way they support you. It's not, oh man, like, why aren't you coming out with us anymore? It's like, oh, I understand you're busy. Like, when can we hang out? Or it's the opposite, where they actually check in and ask how your projects are going. Like, how's the podcast going? How's your fitness going? I see you doing work. Like, supportive things in that regard, because then they at least respect your grind and what you're doing. And they almost put themselves in a position that gas you up to be honored to hang with you. And it's people like that, and again, it may sound like a backwards compliment, a little bit arrogant, but it's people like that that you want in your corner, because if you give them that energy as well, then how is there ever any chances to fail? When you got people around you that are uplifting, motivated, inspired, and actually doing their own shit, like, everyone's winning at that point. So we have no time, in my opinion at least, if you're an ambitious person to go and do everything you want to do in life, to waste it on anything and anyone. That's even going out with drinks or going up and grab food. Like, is that just you letting off the gas because you need a break from life, or is that you investing in your time to enjoy yourself? I know when I go get sushi, or I go and get pizza, or go out and have a few drinks, that's me investing into myself, because I want to give myself time off from what I'm doing. I'm not running, I'm not binge eating, I'm not binge drinking, I'm enjoying my time. That's an investment. So the people that are around me enjoying that time with me need to be doing that at the same time. I don't want somebody that's just like, oh, I'm happy to get here because work sucked. Or, oh, I'm happy to get here because I've been tracking my nutrition all week. It's like, no, I track my nutrition all week to earn this fucking meal, because I have goals and aspirations. I'm also having this beer or this glass of wine because I want to de-stress myself and enjoy myself and be present, because I just put in the fucking work. You know what I mean? Those subtle shifts is what you got to make to really put yourself on that pedestal to protect your identity and protect your goals. Because if you aren't doing that very, very aggressively and proactively, everybody around you will drag you down. No one's gonna come give you more money. No one's gonna come give you more time. No one's gonna come give you more energy for the gym. No one's gonna track your nutrition. No one's gonna do the workouts for you or get the results. You have to fucking do it. And the more aggressive you are on that, the more success you're gonna see. And the more success you're gonna see, the more motivated you're gonna be, the more confident you're gonna be, and the better this picture is gonna look for you to be able to look at everyone in your life, family included, partners included, work associates and colleagues included, of who's worth your time. Do you know what I mean? So again, I really want to shout out Classy because this is a conversation we've been having. Because again, it's subjective to your guys' opinions. There's no right or wrong way of how to do this. You just got to be able to protect your boundaries and know that you're worth it and capable of more if you feel like things are taking away from you. And I'm super aggressive on that. So again, it doesn't have to change overnight. You know what I mean? You can start with small boundaries like protecting your time to go to the gym more. Small boundaries like, not going out to eat as much or not going out to drink as much. Small boundaries like communicating with the people around you that you want to feel more selfish with your time. Because that's what it is. You feel selfish, kind of feel self-centered, which is why I use the word arrogant and stuff like that, because on the opposite end I could come off that way. And the biggest thing with being incredibly confident with your processes and what you're capable of is to somebody that is a little bit insecure and battles with self-doubts, it's going to come off as arrogancy. Do you know what I mean? A lot of confidence comes off as other people being narcissism is different, but again, when you are radiating confidence, the people that are struggling internally that don't really show, it's hard for them to conceptualize someone so close to them is doing so well. So it's really on you to really realize that, to put yourself first and just have energy in line with people that are going to hear and see you and for who you are. You know what I mean? So I appreciate you, Doug, for having that conversation. And, I know you're okay with me sharing it because so many people I have conversations with relate to that same thing. You know what I mean? But it's on you at all times to protect your fucking energy. You got to be incredibly fucking selfish and aggressive for it. And if you have goals, if you literally have goals that you see that no one else really sees or understands, and they don't really support you for that, then that's your gap right there in terms of taking a step back from these people. Because I can promise you, the people that are here with you in your life now are not, all of them are not meant to be there at the end goal. That is a hard thing to conceptualize because there may be people that you grew up with for 10, 15 years. There may be, a relationship that you've been in for 5, 6 years that that you shouldn't be in. There may be people around you that you're entertaining that really doesn't really benefit you. There may be family members that are pulling away from you that are hurting you, and you got to embrace that. But I can promise you, if you can embrace all these things, create these gaps, put all these gaps, all this extra time and energy you get into yourself to develop as a person and get your routines, your systems, your processes set up, the people you lose, you're meant to lose regardless, and you'll gain so much more people in your life that really look at you for who you are, and they will help you uplift you. And when you realize you only need a handful of people around you that truly understand you and what you're doing, the rest of the life is fucking game over. Do you know what I mean? You don't need 10, 15 people around you supporting you. You don't need 50 fucking friends. You need 1 to 5 fucking people that really understand you and get you, and the rest will be fucking history. And then that's when you get into a position where you change your life beyond your own fucking comprehension, which is another conversation. But other than that, be super aggressive with your time and energy. Put yourself first. Put yourself first at all times, and never have for a second self-doubt what you're capable of. If you actually believe in what you're doing and what you want, and it's aligned with something that you truly believe from a purpose, a fulfillment, and heart standpoint, and be unapologetic about it. There's a life out there waiting for you, but you have to be the one to go and get it. Do you know what I mean? So other than that, appreciate you guys all for tuning in as usual. Keep leading from the front and setting those standards, and let's fucking go.